Donald Trump. A name that resonates across the globe not just for his towering buildings but for his larger-than-life persona. A name synonymous with skyscrapers, casinos, and reality television. From the bustling streets of New York City to the glittering lights of Las Vegas, his influence was undeniable. He built a business empire. Trump Tower became an iconic symbol of his success, a testament to his ambition and drive. He became a household name. His face graced countless magazine covers, and his voice echoed in living rooms across America through his reality TV show, The Apprentice. But then, he shocked the world. In 2015, he announced his candidacy for President of the United States, a move that left many in disbelief. Trump traded the boardroom for the Oval Office. His campaign was unconventional, breaking all the traditional rules of politics. He became the 45th President of the United States. His journey was unprecedented, a businessman with no prior political experience taking the highest office in the land. A businessman at the helm of a nation. His approach to governance was as bold and unorthodox as his business strategies. Trump's leadership, forged in the competitive world of business, would be tested on the world stage. International summits and high-stakes negotiations became his new boardroom. Trump's background was unusual for a president. He brought a businessman's perspective to the White House, focusing on deals and economic growth. He had no prior experience in government. This lack of political background was both a strength and a weakness, offering fresh perspectives but also leading to controversies. He had never held elected office. His outsider status appealed to many voters who were tired of the political establishment. This made his leadership style even more intriguing. Would his business acumen translate into effective governance? Would he govern like he ran his businesses? His decisions were often swift and decisive, mirroring his approach in the corporate world. Would he be a different kind of president? The world watched closely as Donald Trump navigated the complexities of leading a nation, forever changing the landscape of American politics. Trump's business ventures were marked by bold moves and a focus on deal-making. He relished negotiation. Trump saw himself as a master of the art of the deal, as his book proclaimed. He was known for his tough stance. Trump often drove hard bargains. He aimed for big wins, even if it meant starting with an aggressive first offer. Trump understood the power of branding. He built a strong personal brand. His name adorned buildings, products, and even a television show. This branding extended to his businesses. Trump's properties were often marketed as luxurious and exclusive. He cultivated an image of success. This image became a key part of his business strategy. Similarities existed between Trump's business and presidential leadership. He remained a decisive leader. Trump made quick decisions. He relied on his own judgment. He was not afraid to take risks, both in business and in politics. However, the presidency presented unique challenges. Governing is not the same as running a business. A president must unite a nation, not just manage a company. Trump's leadership style, effective in the business world, faced scrutiny and criticism in the political arena. Trump's presidency was marked by a frequent use of executive orders. He bypassed Congress on several occasions. These orders allowed him to enact policy changes swiftly. Trump often used them to overturn actions of previous administrations. This approach reflected his business background. He was used to making quick decisions and taking charge. Trump's communication style also mirrored his business approach. He relied heavily on social media. Trump used Twitter to connect directly with the public. He often bypassed traditional media outlets. This allowed him to control his message. Trump's tweets often made headlines. They set the tone for his administration. Section 5. Deepening divides. The impact on American politics. Trump's presidency deepened partisan divisions in the United States. His policies and rhetoric often inflamed tensions. Democrats and Republicans found little common ground. This polarization became a defining feature of his presidency. Trump's supporters praised his strong leadership. They applauded his willingness to challenge the status quo. His detractors criticized his policies and rhetoric. They argued that he was divisive and authoritarian. Trump's presidency left a lasting impact on American politics. It remains a subject of intense debate. Section 6. Praise and protest. Public opinion on Trump's leadership. Public opinion on Trump's leadership remained sharply divided throughout his presidency. From the moment he took office, the nation seemed to split into two distinct camps: those who fervently supported him and those who vehemently opposed him. This division was evident in almost every aspect of his presidency, from his policies to his public statements. His approval ratings fluctuated, but generally remained lower than those of his predecessors. The numbers often reflected the controversies and achievements of his administration. For instance, his ratings saw a slight uptick during periods of economic growth but plummeted during political scandals and crises. A Pew Research Center survey conducted a week ago showed his approval rating at 47%. This figure, while higher than some of his previous ratings, still indicated a nation deeply divided in its opinion of his leadership. This is higher than his first term, but still lower than most presidents since Reagan. Historical comparisons often highlight the unique challenges and controversies of Trump's presidency, setting him apart from his predecessors in many ways. The same Pew Research Center survey showed strong support for Trump among Republicans. His base remained loyal, often citing his economic policies, judicial appointments, and stance on immigration as key reasons for their support. However, Democrats overwhelmingly disapproved of his job performance. Their criticisms ranged from his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic to his approach to foreign policy and his often controversial rhetoric. This partisan divide extended to views on his leadership traits, his policy plans, and his overall impact on the country. While some praised his direct approach and business acumen, others saw him as divisive and unfit for the office. The survey results highlighted the challenges of leading a deeply polarized nation. Trump's presidency will likely be remembered as a period of intense political division, with lasting impacts on the American political landscape. Section 7. A legacy of disruption. Experts weigh in. Experts offer varied perspectives on Trump's leadership style. Some see it as a throwback to an outdated command and control approach. Others acknowledge his charisma and effectiveness in rallying his base. Eric Helzer of Johns Hopkins University suggests Trump's leadership reflects an older understanding of what it means to be a leader, one that may not resonate in today's world. Brian Ott of Missouri State University notes that few leaders could successfully imitate Trump's approach, as it relies heavily on his unique persona and position of power. Section 8. Can Trump's style be replicated? A word of caution. While Trump's unconventional style appealed to some, experts caution against replicating it. Elizabeth Latardo, author of Leading Yourself, argues that Trump's focus on short-term wins may not align with good CEO practices in the long run. Executive coach Maria de Laurentiis Reyes goes further, stating that Trump's style is the antithesis of what's needed in modern leadership, which requires collaboration, empathy, and a focus on empowering others. The risks associated with Trump's approach, particularly its potential to stifle innovation and create a culture of fear, raise concerns about its long-term sustainability, even in the business world. Section 9. Conclusion. A leader who redefined the rules. Donald Trump's journey from businessman to president was nothing short of extraordinary. He was a real estate mogul, a television personality, and a brand in himself before he even set foot in the political arena. His transition from the world of business to the highest office in the land was unprecedented and caught many by surprise. He brought his deal-making mentality and branding expertise to the Oval Office. Known for his book, The Art of the Deal, Trump applied his business strategies to politics, often treating international relations and domestic policies as negotiations. His approach was unconventional, often bypassing traditional diplomatic channels and protocols. His presidency was marked by bold moves, frequent use of executive power, and a direct line of communication with his base through social media. Trump's use of Twitter became a hallmark of his presidency, allowing him to speak directly to the American people and bypass traditional media outlets. This direct communication style was both praised for its transparency and criticized for its impulsiveness. Trump's leadership, while praised by some for its decisiveness and challenge to the status quo, drew sharp criticism for deepening partisan divides and exhibiting traits considered detrimental to effective leadership in a modern context. His policies and rhetoric often polarized the nation, leading to intense debates and widespread protests. Supporters lauded his efforts to put America first, while critics argued that his actions undermined democratic institutions and norms. His presidency remains a subject of ongoing analysis and debate, with its full impact on American politics and society yet to be fully understood. Scholars and political analysts continue to dissect his tenure, examining both the immediate and long-term effects of his policies. Whether viewed as a transformative leader or a divisive figure, Donald Trump's time in office undeniably left a lasting imprint on the fabric of American governance and political discourse.